Are robots taking over the medical field? Because, haven't you heard, they did surgery on a grape? Yes, but what's so spectacular about this meme? It has gone viral, but do we really know what this means? Well, the fact is that this surgery was performed by the Da Vinci surgical system, a machine. But let us stop for a second. When did we even create our first surgeon robot? When have we started to make use of robot-assisted surgery? Are robots performing surgery on humans? Does this mean that professional surgeons will eventually not be needed? What is this? Oh my god, no! No! Is operating fruits some sort of trend? Wait. No. Let us start with a little bit of history. As we all know, robots have been present in our lives for a long time. Although being depicted as evil machines in movies, they happen to be quite useful on the medical field, where they have just recently appeared. They relieve surgeons of some amount of monotonous work, and are mainly used to allow operations to take place through minimally invasive, several 0.5 to 1 cm incisions, called ports, eliminating unnecessary motion and improving surgical performance, decreasing complications and mortality rates. However, rather than reducing labor, it requires major skill on the part of the surgeon. This brought up some controversies, having concerns raised about it being overly expensive and equipment flawed, not to mention the underreporting of spoiled procedures. Robotic surgery was also implemented to allow telesurgery, explored in the 1970s by the NASA, which was interested in its application for astronauts who are working far away from planet Earth. Their basic idea: a machine located on a space station controlled by a surgeon on Earth. A similar idea was drafted by the US Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, consisting in developing telesurgery with the aim of performing surgical procedures on the wounded in the battlefield. Nonetheless, neither of these ideas was fulfilled. Telesurgery would not be successful until the 20th century. The first transatlantic surgery was performed in 2002 with a distance of over 4,000 kilometers between New York and France. Voila! The first surgical robot, named Puma 560, a robotic arm that used X-ray scans as a guide, was used in 1985 in a stereotaxic operation, a minimally invasive technique established at University College London in 1908. This robot inserted a needle into the brain, ouch, for biopsy, a procedure that, when performed by surgeons, would often fail due to hand tremors. The same system was later used to undertake a TURP, a surgery used to treat urinary problems due to an enlarged prostate. Puma's successor, Probot, developed at Imperial College London in 1988, was especially designed to perform TURPs, programmed to direct a rotating blade to complete the process of prostatic resection. Probot programmed prostatic. Meanwhile, parallel developments were being undertaken, and in 1992, RoboDoc, developed by the Integrated Surgical Systems, was completed. This system was successfully used to prepare the bone cavity needed for hip replacement, carrying the task precisely and quickly. By the late 1990s, 3 systems designed for minimally invasive surgery had been tested: the Da Vinci surgical system, the AESOP, and the CEUS. The CEUS system even performed heart surgery on a closed, beating chest. But it doesn't really matter, because Da Vinci bought CEUS and AESOP, eliminating its rivals. As a result, the Da Vinci became the most widely used robotic surgical system in the world, this being the one we have seen earlier performing surgery on a grape. So useful. But no, seriously, it's very useful. Currently, there are 3 main types of surgeon robots: active, those who operate on their own and undertake previously programmed tasks; semi-active, pre-programmed but assisted by a surgeon; and passive systems, which are fully dependent on the surgeon. Examples of active robots would be the robot and robodoc, whereas examples of passive systems would be Zeus and Da Vinci, considered the most advanced surgeon robot in history. Today, you can find over 4,000 systems installed all over the world, mainly in the USA, realizing primarily gynecology and urology procedures, and the statistics seem to love him. It's okay, Da Vinci, we get it, you're cool. Now you may be wondering, aren't active systems better than passive systems, since they work on their own? If that's so, then why did active systems come before passive systems? Truth is, passive systems are more useful than active. They are not programmed and they are manipulated by a surgeon, which means they can perform a wider range of tasks. Besides, passive robots are far cheaper, which makes them more accessible. And they are passive, they'll never get angry at you. So tell all those science fiction movie makers that robots are still not taking over. On the other side, making assumptions based on the history I've just presented, it is possible that active surgery robots will eventually evolve, maybe even taking over passive systems. What if one day professional human surgeons are no longer needed? This seems far away from our reality. The idea of robots taking over is very science fiction-like. Today, not all of us, if none, would rely their lives on a robot's hands, but I couldn't surely say the same for the generations to come. My personal belief is that until surgeon robots are not prepared to react to complications and modify its programmed activities on the go, human professionals will be needed. Breathe, surgeons. Every day, we see how far technology has come, modifying every aspect of our lives. Nonetheless, we must stop a second to think. Do we really want robotics to take over surgery and the rest of tasks that can be performed by humans? Where do we set the boundaries between robots helping us and humans depending on robots? We don't know yet what lies in store for robotic surgery. Less fruits and more humans, probably. I hope this video gave every viewer something to think about. I thank ORT for allowing me to present this project and my tutors for their great support. Thanks so much for watching.